Let me see. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yay! I don't know what's gone on. I don't know what's gone on. Let me just have a quick look. Right, let me swap you over. Right, let me just try something. Oh dear. Right, can you still hear me now? You can see my face. That's the main thing. That's what I need to know. Just could somebody write, I can see your face and I can hear you, because everyone's just saying yes. What a good start that is. I don't even know why that's happened, if I'm honest. Yes to both. Oh, this is face and voice. Yes, 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 yes. Now, I'm not sure which mic I'm coming out of. I'm going to just double check this just to make sure I've got this right. Let me check my audio so I know where I'm coming out from. Oh, I'm coming out of my snowball. That's good. That's exactly where I want to be. Anyway, let's start again. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday afternoon. I've had a busy morning. So, how is everybody? Let me say hello. And then we are demoing today. So, today is demo day. So, the lovely Dawn is having a day off today. Well, day off today. She's got other things to do today. So, she's not here today. You've got me instead. And lucky you can all lip read, isn't it? It really is. And I was giving away a lot of secrets when you couldn't hear me, obviously. And I told you lots of stuff. Didn't really. Anyway, let's say hello. Oh goodness me, there's people all over the world today. Well, this is cool. Now I've got to get right back to the top because obviously you all say you couldn't hear me. Oh, right, okay. So please like and share. We're going to do a giveaway today. So people aren't expecting me today. So the more you can share would be amazing. Please share far and wide. If you do like the Monday lunch times, or you enjoying, I'm not trying to take Dawn's job away. If you do enjoy Monday lunch times, we can certainly pick a day in the week where we can get together and do some crafting, even if it's once a fortnight, if it's once a month, if it's every week, depending on my schedule. I will see what I can do to fit in more demo time for you. So I will say hello, but a lot of the comments are about they can't hear me, then they can hear me. But let's get down to the bottom. I'm just going to say hello to names so I can make sure I've got all of you here. So I want to say good evening now. See, I'm all over the place, aren't I? Sandy Scott, Hazel Pearson, Penny Rose Kruger, June Lewis, Lorraine McLaughlin. Oh, it's moving so fast. It's going da. Suzanne Ogg, Sandra Cowie, Linda Irving, Connie, Sandy Dallas, Alison Hope, Linda Dance, Jodie Weston. Good morning, Jodie from Australia. Isn't it nice that are you sitting in bed with a cup of tea? You may well be. Oh, hi, Lindsay, Linda, Sally, Jonquil, Jacqueline, Lynn, Debbie, Sally, Nancy Johnson. Welcome. You're from Ohio, Nancy. I'm sure you are. So I don't know what time it is for you. It's probably morning, isn't it? Miss Morehouse, you're not normally here because it's Friday night, but you're here today. Welcome. Cindy Walcott, Tina Penner, Marcia, Jan, Fatima, Roseanne, Brenda, Katie. There's a ton of you here still, which is really good. We've still got a couple of hundred of you here today, and you're not expecting me really on a Monday. So Jane, Jan, and again, like I say, make sure you let everybody know that you can see and you can hear me. So let's get down to the bottom. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Deborah. Hi, June. Hi, Faye. Right, Margaret Jones. Now, right near the bottom, I think Lynn from Wet Plymouth won't let you share. Don't worry too much as long as you've made the attempt. That is good. But if those of you who can share, it is just it will be so useful today. So people get to know that we are around. And Teresa, 8 a.m. in Ontario, I have my coffee ready. Me too. Me too. Got my favourite mug, my Clever Clogs mug. Love that. So I've got coffee. No worries about being late, Gloria. Nobody could hear me anyway. They can now, thank goodness. So yeah, thank you. Welcome today. Dawn is away and I am taking Dawn's place today. So it's going to be a little bit different, as in you've got me. You can ask me plenty of questions. It's absolutely fine. We are going to demo. We are going to do a little bit of Christmas today. Have a little bit of a chat as well, as we always do. And I like to keep you up to date on everything. I just want to say welcome to Christina from South Carolina. And Joanne, Tony Ball, and Mandy Sackett. No worries about being late. Now, some of you are scanning the QR code and you're wondering possibly why I've put the QR code up there. And it is simply because today we are using some Christmas products. We are using our blending brushes. We are using our blending inks. And in case there is anything you want, that will give you a direct link to the website if you are interested in anything. However, I know you have just spent quite a bit of money, haven't you lot? You absolutely, everything sold last week. It was mental. I had to add extra stock. They had to move stock. It was just crazy. So it was a very, very busy week, and the inks, wowzers. So a lot of you went for the inks. Not so many went for the re-inkers. I'm going to be honest. A lot of you did go for them, but I think many of you either thought, well, I don't need them yet, or what do we do with them? Now, that is coming in a few weeks. So if you have got them, fantastic. If you haven't, they will then be on our website and you'll be able to get them. But we have some very special product coming to work with the ink. So again, that's another time. However, please don't make it any easier to spend money on your website. Sorry. But what you did love, I'm not going to lie, we sold 600 of these. Danny doesn't like you very much because they have to go in a box. Or some of them do. No, I'm only joking. We sold a lot of that, and I think you could see why and what it's used for. Any questions on it, please ask me. I'm here today if you've got questions about how to do something, ask me, ask away, and we can cover as much as you like today. Only thing is, I do have to go to Morrison's this afternoon, so I can't be here all day. Right, okay. It's nice to see you, Donna. I haven't seen you for a while, so it's good to see you here. What is it? When are you on Crankcraft in October? It's going fast again. Hang on a second, my hair's fallen out. Right. When will the tape be on your website, Lisa? It will be on in 14 days, Jodie, or 14 days from when the show was, which was Thursday. So Thursday week it will be. Janice Figures, what is it? What is it indeed? It is low tack masking tape. So it is like a paper. You can tear it. Absolutely tear it. But hi, Francine from Cyprus. Welcome. But it's a low tack masking, so you can use it to create washi if you want. You can use it to die cut, so you can create apertures. You can use it to mask off. You can use it to hold your dies down in your machine. It comes off really easily. Don't burnish it down too hard though, otherwise you will struggle. Welcome from Germany, Starlight Nights. Oh, I like your name as well. Very nice. So yeah, it is fantastic. Lindsay, you've been using it. Oh, I am pleased. Rebecca's just got back from the dentist. Are there re-inkers for your black ink pad? Yes, there is. I don't know if Danny's put that on the website yet, but if it's not on the website, I will ask him to get that on the website a little bit later, Patricia. Okay, so leave that one with me. I won't forget to do that. Yeah, you can grab the tape from us. Absolutely. Right, okay, let's get cracking. Right, I've got to sort my hair out because it's going to drive me insane. It's going to drive you insane if I keep doing that. So, what are we doing today then? I felt like today, Don't worry about being late. You're welcome. No, it isn't Kathy Grimes. It's not the same as the one on my website. This is less tacky. So this is going to be, it's a paper backing rather than a shiny backing. This is, I feel it's better than what's on my website. I've been trying to get this roll for ages. So if you haven't got the one on the website, I would wait and get this one. Can you put it through your printer? Yes, you can. And also you can, what did I do with it the other day? I inked it. I put it through my die cutting machine. I treated it like an adhesive sheet, but it's got a low tack adhesive on it. When is the satin card coming out? I've been asked a couple of questions about shows. Satin card is coming out on the 13th of October with a few background embossing folders. And obviously I've only just got back, so I will be talking about all of that on Friday, but I need to speak to the team first so they know what they need to work on. So it's busy time. But yeah, I'll be on TV on the 13th, but just to let you know, I'm only on for 2 hours. I'm only on from 9 a.m. and then I'm on at 1 p.m. and that is it. Okay. That's it. I think I've covered the questions. Okay. So I will try and keep an eye on comments, but I will going to be turning you over to the overhead in just a second. So if there is anything that I miss, I will go back and look at the comments after. Now, we are also going to be, could use some quick Instagram videos for various ways to use your masking tape. Katie Fern, there is one already on there. There's one on Instagram and there's one on TikTok. I would try. I don't know if I can share it. I'll try and share it into Facebook, but there is one on Instagram and one on TikTok. Okay. Welcome, Natalia and Marcia. Sorry, it's absolutely wonderful. You will really like it. Now, I'm going to flick you over and show you a couple of things. Let me make sure. I'm going to keep looking at my screen because I want to make sure you can still hear me though. So can you still hear me? Now I've flicked it over. I lost my crafting mojo this year. I've sorted. So watching you, head sorted. So watching you for inspiration. Honestly, please just enjoy, sit, watch and enjoy. And hopefully, thank you everyone. Hopefully it will inspire you to get a little bit creative. Even if you create a background, if you do a little bit of inking, anything, it will be absolutely great to see anything you create on our group. So what are we doing today? Now, I've taken a little bit of time talking, haven't I? So we're going to look at an older product. If I can find it. What have I done with it? I'm very organised. Not. Yes, I am organised. We're going to look at our corner embossing folder, which is our poinsettia. I am going to use this with the layering stencils, maybe in a slightly different way from what you would normally expect to use them. I'm not cutting them out at all today, so we don't need the die, although it does come with the die should you want to. We're using the embossing folder. We're using a 5x7 card blank. We are also going to be using 2 ink pads. I might bring in a third. Not quite sure yet, but at this stage, it's going to be Straw Hat and Dolphin Grey. I may bring in the Dusky Rose. I absolutely adore these colours, and I adore these because I feel they're vintage. I feel they've got a real vintage feel to them, but I love this. This is possibly my new favourite colour at the moment. So I'm going to pop these. I'm going to come over like so. Pop these down here. We're going to be using our new mat, which is going to be on TV on... Hi, Karen from Maryland. You're not late. Don't worry. I haven't got too far yet. This is our... It's a magnetic mat, and you can cut on it as well. You can do your scoring and whatever. So you can use it in different ways, but it has got our peg marks on it. So, for example, the reason we've done this, you might have a... Hang on, let me get the stencil out. So this is going to be just a little bit of education really on how you can use things differently by having this. Pat Perry, a few weeks ago on Friday night, I've asked if you could do a stencil with your embossing folder like the box. Yes. Yeah, I have, Pat. It will be next year, but because I've got my schedule of artwork going up to the middle of next year, but I've actually pushed it forward because I feel there's quite a few that have asked for it. So yes, we have worked on one already. There's some very exciting things going on in March next year, which I really can't talk about at the moment, but we've had to concentrate on product for that. But then I would say it's probably going to be April time that we'll bring that out. Okay. Yes, the mat fits in both platforms. Blending Series 2. It will probably, I don't know, Hilary, yet. It might, because it's only 2 hours, I might leave it to the end of the month in October. Okay, so we've got a magnet. Now, you might have your layering stencil. So let's take stencil number 1. And I'm going to bring in a piece of card. Now, this is an A5 piece of card, and you can see I've kind of moved this down. Now, you might not want to stencil right here. So you might not want your card here and have to do your stenciling here, and always have to have it in a certain position. Yeah. So what we've now done is we've given you the holes a little bit further down, and I listened to you. So now what you can do is you can choose to line these up if you want to. You can get your card that way, at an angle, whatever you want to do. Hang on a minute, meant to put your card underneath first, obviously. So you can put that underneath, and I can ink there, or I can move my card up here. So I'm giving you a little bit more room to not have to have it so close to the edge. And the beauty of this is you can either tape it down if you want. You can either use a magnet while you're doing it if you want. Use a couple of magnets from your Ultimate One, or you can, if you really want to, you can tape it. I mean, you can do it in so many different ways, but for today, I mean, that's the beauty of this. It's going to give you a few more options. And the other thing is it's got this grid on it. So for example, moving all this out of the way randomly again, so you might want to be doing your, you might want to make a wreath, I don't know, so you could use this if you want to for creating wreath. You've got so many options. You can lay your card in different positions. I don't know, you might want to come over here and line your card up at a certain position, or whatever you need to use it for. It's one of those things I think that I needed in the crafty stash, but I didn't want to have something that created a whole nother product for it, if you like an Ultimate. I just wanted to give you the options. So you might want to do, your card might fold. So for example, my card folds that way. So if I want to use my pegs, I've really got to put my card like that, haven't I? Because it's going to be, if I've got a 8x8 or another size card, it's never going to fit on the platform. But if I could do it that way now, couldn't I? Because I could pop that on the pegs there, and I can have this coming out of the bottom, if you like. Does that make sense? I hope it makes some kind of sense. And also, don't forget, you know, if you don't have an Ultimate, say you don't have an Ultimate, you still could use this, and we've already put those marks on there for you. So rather than using a pen or a pencil or something, it's all already done for you. So it's just a useful tool, and it fits perfectly inside the Ultimate, and it's exactly the same size as the silicone mat, okay, that goes inside it. Hi Guy from Montreal. So are there pegs you move? No, the pegs are all static, and you'll see as I go through the demonstration how they work. So let's get into it and show you. Right, so let's put these to one side just for a second, and we're going to come in with our 5x7 card. Now, the plan is to do some embossing on here, and to do some embossing and inking on here. Now these, I hate it that card blanks are always different colours to card stock, you know, so this is a little bit off off colour, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to be able to do exactly what we need to. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to emboss our card blank. So with that in mind, I'm going to take my 5x7 card blank. I'm going to take my embossing folder and I'm going to make sure I've got it so we get the emboss and not the deboss. So when I feel this, I can feel here that it's going down, if you like. So that's the higher level, and the let me get black card. Oh, hang on a minute. TikTok, it's just Lisa Horton Crafts on TikTok. Okay, so I can see there that this flower goes in. So when you take this piece and push it down, it's going to kind of deboss. So we don't want that. We want it to emboss. So we want it to lift up. So I can feel this is raised. So it's going to push up. Okay, so that's where I want it, that side. And then I'm going to take my cardstock and I'm going to pop it in here. Because what I want, actually, is it there I want it now? Let me just work out where I want it. So that's going to be my top. So I've got to decide where I want the artwork. So I want the artwork across the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it. Can we do it that way? No, we'll do it that way. We're going to pop it here. All right. I'm going to pop it here. And because I'm using my Big Shot Plus, I can emboss this corner. So I could lay it wherever I wanted to, like so. And if you've got a full background design, it can be easier. Or I could lay it like that. Now, I think I quite like it like that, but I know I'm never going to be able to do the emboss on it. So you can fold your card if you want to, and you can pop that in like so, and then you can see how much more you can get. So now I can see it's going to sit like that. Now, because I've got the Big Shot Plus, it's going to be easier because I've got bigger plates. So all I need to do is make sure that that piece features on my cutting plates. So I pop that down on my Big Shot Plus. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where the rest of this is. What you can do is be aware. What you must do is be aware that you might get a line. You might get a line across here, but because we're covering a lot of this up anyway, I'm not really too fussed on that. Or make your sandwich a little bit lighter, or put a little bit of something on top of this to make it a little bit heavier. So even take, like, I'm going to grab, let me just grab this. This is a piece of kitchen towel. Now I'm going to see if I can pop that underneath, just here, only where the emboss is, only, I don't want it where this line is, only where that emboss is. And it might help us with less mark there, but we'll see. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that now, a very random looking piece, and I'm going to run it through my Big Shot Plus. So you're all going to hear it because we're doing this live. There we go. I do love it. There we are. Out the other side. And let's see what's happened. I'm hoping I've avoided that mark. Not sure, but I'm not too stressed about it anyway. Oh, I have avoided it quite a lot. So move that out of the way, because you can see it's used that area as extra pressure. All right, so move that out of the way a minute. Actually, let's move all of my bits out of the way. We don't need that at the moment anymore. So I need to keep my desk clear. So now I can see in that corner, so you've got a little line there, but I'm covering that up anyway, so I'm not really bothered. So you've got a little bit of detail there, okay? And then you can ink that if you want to. And the next thing we're going to do is take that piece of white cardstock and we're going to cut that down. And we're going to, oh, see, now I like it. I'm getting, oh, I'm thinking, guys, I'm thinking. Oh, I might even change my mind on this. I might change my mind. Let me do something else. Let me do something else. I've got too many ideas in my head now, because I kind of like that, and I feel like I want to do it in that corner as well and put a sentiment across the middle. Bear with. Let's cut this one up first. Let's cut this piece of cardstock up. I might have gone off piece already. Dawn, you're very organised. I'm not. Right, let me just do something, because I've got an idea and the card's wonky. So another thing. To get your card straight, what you need to do is cut one line, right? And then never do that at the top. Come down to one of these lines on your grid. Get that perfectly straight, okay? Perfectly straight. And then you know that is an exact square. So when I look in one of these, I can do that now, and I can see it's square there. It's square there. So these two edges are perfect. So you can now use one of those edges to line up, because when I do this now, I can see, look at that. Well, you probably can't see it, but it's very off. I've got a narrow piece here and a wide piece there. So what would have happened if I'd used that edge, you would have ended up just making your piece of card smaller and smaller. I know, I'm honestly, Dawn, I'm not as organised as you, am I? I get excited because I don't get a lot of chance to craft. So what we're going to do, I think, I'm going to come back to that one in a minute, because I've got another idea for that. So now I can see that's straight, that's all straight. So we're going to keep it at 12. And then we're going to turn it around here. So it's all 12 centimetres, and that is what I want. That is what I want. So your measurements here, oh, I'm trying to do a Dawn now. I don't do that very well, do I? So that's 12 centimetres that way. And we are, let's count on my centimetres here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 centimetres that way. So we're 12 by 14 centimetres at the moment. I might have to do that other one on a TikTok, I think, or something, or a little video. Let me bring in another card blank. Right, is that going to be big enough? No, that's not big enough. Let's find a bigger card blank. Hang on. Oh, that's going to be a better size. And then I would trim a piece off. Okay, right, okay. I'm getting annoyed now because I wanted to do the other technique, but I can't. No, I need to do this one. I think I need to do this one. So what I'm going to do now is this white piece of card, I want it in the middle of this white piece of card. So I need to trim a little bit off, tiny bit off. I'm only going to mark it with my finger, and I'll give you all the measurements of the card in a minute. So go through one side, cut down, fold up, and then you haven't got to try and get through too many layers of cardstock. Okay. Now I need to bring my tool back in. Oh, can you all hear my squeaky desk, my squeaky chair? I need to get a chair. Yeah, Dawn's very organised today. She's organised every day. I'm not as organised as Dawn. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this in the middle. We'll mat and layer this in a minute. So the first thing I want to do is take our stencil. I'm going to pop my stencil on here, and then I'm going to look at my artwork, because it's going to be at a different angle, isn't it? Because when you take this out, you've got your pegs down here, but my pegs are at the top. So either do that and rotate. I'm not going to do that because it's the lights on it, but you can see the number 1 there very clearly. Do that if you need to. But for me, the easiest way for me to see it is by putting it that way. So I've got my pegs at the top pegs at the top here so I can see if I'm struggling what I need to do. So I can see now that's definitely going to be green because I can see all the lines, etc. So you can make a choice how you do it. Absolutely you can. But I've been doing this long enough now to know where things should go. And what I'm going to do as well is I don't want this where it is. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do, sorry, I have to go quiet when I do this. Let me decide if I can get it where I want it. That's it. That's what I want. So now I'm going to lay that like so, and I'm completely off where I should normally be, aren't I? So what I'm going to do, get a little bit of tape, and I know I'm not going to be using this corner. So let me just grab that and hold that down like so. So now we're in position, and I know I'm not going to be coming any further down here. There's no point in using the magnet because it's underneath, so it's pointless. So now everything's in position. If anything moves, I can get it straight back where I need it to be. So let's get 3 brushes, chunky stencil brushes. Oh my days, these are a delight. Don't need to be... Well, I should be a little bit more organised, Christina. I should be, but it doesn't happen. This is a nightmare. So when I do videos, I'm in the studio all day because I just go off on tangents, and I have a plan in my head and I never do what I say I'm going to do. So we're going to use straw hat. Okay. Straw hat is just gorgeous. It's kind of got a pinky tone. Was there a reason that you put the pegs at the top of the ultimate? Yes, there was actually, Sandy, because the original platform had a hinge. You couldn't put the pegs at the side. So to prevent us having to reopen a new mould and make the Ultimate 2 even more expensive, we left the pegs at the top. But this one, obviously, you can turn it around. But if you have them at the side, you lose a lot of space because that's where your hingy bit is. So I hope that makes sense. Right, so we're going to come in with our straw hat and tap off in our lid. I quite often do this, or I use my mat as almost like a place to tap off the ink. And then we're going to go round. Now this is really light. I am not intent on making this super heavy. I just want this to be really pretty and really vintage. And down here, and you've all seen me do this before, but what I love is that every time you do it, depending on the colour of ink you use, you get a different result. So let's leave that where it is for a second and then lift this off. So it doesn't really matter, and it looks very pale, very random. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, pop those pegs back on, and I'm going to come in with that grey. So I'm going to use the dolphin grey. I've actually got a really big brush, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to dab off that ink, and I'm just going to kind of flick to the side, just to the side of everything. I'm not too worried. I'm going to get it quite heavy over here. So that's nice here. I like that bit here. Let's bring in a bit more. Tap off down here. Get a little bit darker there. A little bit over here. There we go. And then on the edge of that leaf there, because we don't want to leave that one out. And you can see already, although it's very light, we're starting to get some kind of definition there. So we're going to go with stencil number 2. And then we're going to do exactly the same. Pick up that creamy straw. And then we're going to do the same. And this time I'm going to come in a little bit heavier, so we get some different tones between these leaves. But normally, obviously, you would do yours green, wouldn't you? But today I'm thinking, no, let's do this like a really vintage, traditional look. I'm missing the comments here. Good morning from Florida. Ink the lid. Yeah, honestly, it just makes it easier. It just makes it easier. And then I'm going to use the dolphin grey again. Let's see if I've got any on there. I have got a little bit, but I'm going to just take a little bit more around here. Just around here. You don't have to do this, but I just kind of, it just gives you like a different feeling to it. And it is a feeling. You'll see what I mean when I've done it. So here we go. It's starting to look cool already. Now let's come in with number 3. Now number 3 has got a lot more detail on it. So we can either stick with the same ink, we can change up the colours a bit. So I'm going to stick with the same ink in that I'm going to stick with the dolphin grey, but I'm going to take a lot of that colour off, and I'm going to come over with the dolphin grey, and we're going to go in the reverse. So we're going to do the grey, and then we're going to add the straw hat over the top. So the straw hat is going to kind of give us a little glow. Oh, I nearly went into the wrong colour then. Do you see that? This is why I do edited videos. You think from TV I would be a bit more organised, wouldn't you, really? But I'm not. I'm not. So now we'll leave that on, but let's have a look first. Let's have a look. So you've got that, the grey tones coming through here. I take the pins out of my Ultimate Wonder Ruler when I'm doing stenciling. Right, and I'll move this one now. And I'm not going to wipe off here. I'm just going to tap on here, and I'm going to see if we can get a little bit more of a different tone. Just adding this in areas on here. So it'll be darker than the other leaves, but it will still have that same look about them. Lift that off. So now you can see the leaves are all different colours. Love that you're just you, Erin, and you've known me for how many years now? Am I any different from before I ever did TV? Anything? I'm absolutely no different. I'm still disorganised. I am still, my feet are firmly on the ground, and I do not take anything for granted. I genuinely don't. I'm delighted and so grateful to everybody who has helped me get to where I am. So I feel that's really, really important. Right, so now I'm going to come in with the dusky rose, and I'm going to come in for the berries, and I'm going to keep them very light again. Nothing about this is going to be heavy. I'm going to come around to these berries because I need to keep this really earthy. I don't want this to turn into, when I say pretty, I want it to be kind of vintage. So I'm going to pop that down here and just over here and just that bit there. And then if you lift up, you can see the berries here coming in beautifully. It's got a lovely, lovely tone to it. But then I'm going to pop that back on again. Again, the beauty of the Ultimate. And then I'm going to come in with that straw hat again for our flowers. And I'm going to come all the way around the edge here. And I'm not going to be fussy. I don't mind if I hit some of the berries in any way. I'm going to come around like so. Already that is so pretty. Got to catch. Honestly, the first 20 minutes was me not being able to speak. I didn't have my mic working properly, and yeah, you haven't missed too much in the first 20 minutes. So let's come back in with that pink again. And we're going to dab the colour off and dab off here as well. And then we're going to just do that flicking again with the pink around the edge. Just really lightly. We don't want this to be too heavy. Not heavy at all. So this is for people who don't really like traditional colours for Christmas, or actually don't want to use this as a Christmas card, because I don't think you really have to, if I'm honest. I think this is just a beautiful corner. I think this could be a clematis almost. Look at that. Let's see if I can bring that up and show you. Super pretty colours, aren't they? Really pretty. Oh, got there we are, my brushes. So that's number, what's that? 4. Number 5. Now, choices. Do we go with the dolphin grey, or do we go with the pink, or do we go with both? I'm going to go with both. Tap that red off, pink off. I have an awesome team, don't I? Good morning. Late start here in Beaverton. 5:40 a.m. Good morning. Yes, these are my inks, Linda. So we're going to come back in on this pink and maybe go a little bit heavier around those edges. Look at that. This looks like a fruit salad sweet. It's got a very, very pretty and delicate look just around here. And we've got those berries again. So let's do the berries in the pink again. And we'll press a little bit harder for those ones. So you've got a different tone of berry. And this is all about tone on tone. I love doing this. And then a little bit, tiny bit up there. Keep this where it is. And let's go with that dolphin grey again. And I love using the biggest brush for the dolphin grey. Super pretty in that. Because I can just do it very delicately, if you like. And I'm just going to go really lightly in the middle, just so you can see the grey, but you're still going to get that yellow from the straw hat in the background, and you're going to get the pink as well. So it makes your flowers look like they're glowing. And we'll double check that. And I'm also going to go in with that grey just over these berries. Oh, sorry, it's going to be can you hear that? We're on the route to the hospital, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm going to lift that up. Oh, isn't that pretty? It doesn't really do it justice on the camera, but it's a delight. And then I'm going to pop that down, and then we can make a choice. Do we want to have the berries in the, let's have a look. Do we want not the berries, the veins? Do we want them in the pink? Do we want them in the red? I think we might do them in the pink, but make it a little bit darker. So let's bring in the pink again. These are very me colours, these. I love these kind of colours. Take this, and then we're going to go all over here. Now, if you ever do this and you think, oh, my veins are too bright, they're too heavy, all you do is go back in with your stencil that goes underneath them and go over the top, and you can mute down those colours. Hang on, get some more dark over here. And I don't mind going over the top of a yellow or a green with a pink. It doesn't really matter. You just get some beautiful different tones. So I'm kind of liking that, but I'm feeling that I don't know if that's a heavy enough pink on there. So what I might do is go back a stencil. And this is the beauty. I can go back if I want with this one, and I can go pinker by pressing a little bit harder. Do you see what I mean? There are no rules. And I know that you're probably thinking, well, this doesn't look like a poinsettia at all. But I'm not really bothered about that. I'm just wanting it to be a beautiful flower more than anything. And we'll pop that round like that. And when I lift that up now, that's much heavier. That's much prettier. Just what I want. Okay. And then we've got a couple more stencils, and then we'd actually one more stencil, and then we're done. Number 7. So the bit in the middle, I think I'm going to go the dark. And then we've got all the bits on the berries as well. So we're going to, again, mix it up. These little tips of the berries. Grab all of those. They can be dark. But the dolphin grey, because it's a warm grey. It's more of a, I want to say a browny grey, you know, like when you've got your alcohol markers and you have like your cools and your warms. This is definitely a warm. So I'm going to do the dark in there. And then I'm going to be light around the edge. I don't really want too much going on around there. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Liking that a lot. So that's that. And then if you want to, you could do that in the other corner. Or you could pop that down and you could do it underneath in that corner. So I might, let's have a look. How long have you got, guys? I'm going to lay that down just where it would roughly set. And then I'm going to decide. So that's going to be, do I want any more up there? I could, but no, I'm going to leave it. But you could, if you want to, do it again and do it on the base here and have it underneath. So you've got one on the top and one underneath. But anyway, don't do that, Lisa, because you're just going to go off on yet another tangent. And then you're going to be here all afternoon, aren't you? And then Danny would be cross because we've got to go to Morrison's. So let's have a look at what we're going to do next. Now, move our brushes out the way. Let's bring in a piece of black cardstock. Black, she says. Black, that's really heavy. It's fine. I've got a piece of black cardstock here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do a typical Lisa measure. Right? About there. Have I got a pen? Let me see if I can find. Oh, a pen. Where's all my pens? In my drawer. Bear with. There's 25,000 pens in this drawer. I'm not going to stress it too much. So it's a pen. It's just as a mark more than anything. This is rough. I'm not gonna worry too much about this at the moment. Oh, let's lift that off. Let's take that away for a bit. And let's get rid of that mat as well. And let's bring in a bigger trimmer just to make this speedier. I've got my We Are Memory Keepers one here. That'll be fine. So let's bring that in and see if we can get that line. That's done that one. Now, the only thing I don't like about these kind of trimmers is you've got to replace those blades quite often. Let's have a look and see how that is looking. Is that going to be good there? And then I turn that around and I decide roughly where I want that to be. Now the beauty is you don't have to stress it too much because you can cut down if you want to. So let's have a look at how tight that is. I might trim this one off a tiniest bit. You'll see why in a minute. Let's just make sure. Look, I don't like that little edge. So let's see where we are. Look, I don't like it. It does that. Do you ever have that with your trimmers? You get that feathery bit. I might trim it with my guillotine in a minute. That's better for me. So let's move that out of the way. And I'm going to trim that with my guillotine because I'll get a much sharper edge. Just the tiniest bit. I don't often use a trimmer. Let's do a little bit there, make sure. So it's now even. And actually this one, yeah, that's better. But that's got that feathery bit there that I don't like. There we go. The tiniest amount, but it's got rid of it. Because I won't like that if that stays on there. So let's get rid of this. Now let's bring in our embossing folder. Where have I put the embossing folder? Up here. Hear my noisy chair, can't you? Right, let's bring in the embossing folder. So now we can make a decision where we want this. So when you look at the packaging, your embossing folder sits that way. So when you open your folder, you want it the same way as your folder. Okay, so you can line it up just like you would in your folder. So this is going to be in an odd place simply because we haven't done all of the embossing, all of the stenciling. And then I have to concentrate while I line that up, because if it's not in the right spot, I'll get the hump. Make sure that's there. 1 second. Sorry, it's because I can't put my head over, really. Let me make sure I've got that nice and... yeah, that's nice. Pop that in there. So let's get our machine out again. And we'll take one plate out. Remember, we have this conversation all the time. You're not to put it up here, please. It comes down here. It must be down here. Crack your hinge. Or when you put it in that way so it hits the open edge first. Run that through. So look. Okay, here we go. It's horrible, those feathery edges, isn't it, Carol? Let's bring that out now. So I really like that. Already, I like it. I can see it already. So let's get you... oh, let's take it out. Can you see that detail? Hopefully you can see that detail. The 3D on these is just phenomenal. Let's show you the back, give you an idea. So that's stunning, isn't it? It's really stunning, and it's totally off the page. It's totally where you wouldn't expect it to be, isn't it? So it kind of looks like it's trailing, doesn't it? So now we can make a choice. Are we going to come down on the page? Are we going to have it that way on the page? Are we going to have it coming up? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's see where we go with this. Because now we can decide, do we want it as Christmas? Do we not want it as Christmas? I think we do want it as Christmas. I'm trying to see in my drawer. I need to get my sentiments out my drawer. 1 second. Let's bring in our Christmas kit. So we'll have a look in our Christmas kit and see what would be nice to do. I think we can either do a stamp, or we could do, where's the stickers? They have the round stick, the round stickers. Let's have a look. Let me grab my sticker set out and see what we've got. So, whoops, that's the back page. Where are the stickers? Going to be the last thing I find, aren't they? I bet they're still in the pack. Let's have a look. I must have more in here. Oh, look, there's a ton more in here that I didn't pick up. So the Christmas kit is just a divine kit. Just a divine kit. So all of these, and I'm going to come and pick these out. See what I mean? I get in a right muddle because I do things like this when I'm not supposed to. And then I'm going to pick out, what do I want? What do I want? Oh, 'tis the season to be jolly. Oh. I don't know. Let's have a look. I'll take one of these sets out, otherwise I will forget to put them all back. So move that out of the way as well. So now we can use a piece of that black card again, and that's what I mean. That's why we had the black card, because it didn't matter, because we were going to use more of it. You must never put black on its own somewhere on a card, because your eye gets drawn to the black and it won't draw you into the card. So now let's use that. We'll use the die that's in the set as well. So let's bring our plates back. And we need both plates. So put these out of the way. And where is the last plate? I moved it, didn't I? Where did I put the plate? Oh, Lisa. Where's the plate? The bottom plate. And what I've got, I need the second plate now to do the cutting. Let me just lean back. What have I got two? Oh, I've got two. That's fine. I thought I only had one there. That's fine. Let me get my scissors and chop the end off of there. Don't need those bits for now. And get rid of that. And then we're going to put that on so. You look like you're... It does. The black cardstock really sets it off in the background, doesn't it? Tom, what time is it? I do like my black card, don't I? I feel that the black card, this is something that I'm always saying to people. And when I used to teach at Creative Expressions, I always used to say, black is your friend. Do not be frightened of black, whether you're using black for colouring, whether you're using black for stamping, die cutting, everything. Black really is your friend. Please don't be frightened of black. So let's have a look at what we want here. So I think I'm going to put these away for a minute. Put the stencils away so we've got a nice clean area, because my card is a very clean card. Put the stencils away for a minute. You know what will happen? I'll end up forgetting to clean them, but let's clear the desk. Okay. So I feel that I might want do not open till the 25th. And these are stunning. They're so thick and they're so I want to say heavy cardstock. And then I'm going to find where that should sit on there. Try and line that up, considering I can't put my head over the top. So I'm hoping that's not too bad. Look at that. Satin cards. Sorry, it's 8 a.m. in Missouri. I've missed a comment here. Yeah, you all knew when my plate was, even though I didn't. I'm still looking and you're telling me. Right, let's pop that in there now. So I've got those for another time. And then move that out of the way as well. And let's bring in some foam pads. See, I am doing a bit of a dawn. Foam pad day. Here we go. How many do we need today, ladies and gents? 25,000? I'd say so. So let's, on the back, let's pop a couple. If you don't have the foam pads, highly recommend them. Highly recommend them. And then here, what I would do, one second again, she says, oops. Oh, believe it or not, I don't actually have an awful lot of space on my desk. I'm going to bring in this. I'm not going to use those for now. I'm not going to, otherwise I'll be here all day. And then this is my foam sheet. Now you don't have to do this, but I prefer to do this because I feel that it's going to give it more stability. So I'm going to go down there and I'm going to trim that around there. We do have this on the website as well. I'm pretty sure we do. And then I'm going to turn that over, and that's going to sit right on the back like so. So that's going to make that stable straight away. See, the plan was to have this one, so it was sticking out in one corner, and have this in the middle. But then I realised I wanted my card a bit bigger and a bit wider, and then I realised I'd done that on a card that was too small. So we'll come back to that one. I will finish that off and do a video with that one so you can see what happens to it. And then we'll bring that back and then we make some decisions. So we're going to line this up and pop this down. Let's see if we can get that nice and straight. And I'm so fussy with my straight lines. Okay, there we are. And then we decide, do we want it like that? Do we want that kind of hanging from there? Do we want it just coming down from here? Or do we want it this way and it coming that way? I feel I kind of fancy it just around there. Oh, I like that. So let's bring our card blank back in again. And we now have, oh, look at that. That's coming together nicely. And this is where we bring those foam pads back in again. Let's bring that one in. Obviously, you don't have to use anywhere near as much as I'm using, but I'm doing this for speed. And then actually I might, to save some, I'm going to cut these down a little bit and then turn that over. And then we can, yeah, that's all we need. We don't need to put on as much as I had on before. Pop that there. This one's a bit torn, but that's fine. It'll be on the back anyway. I'll answer all your questions in just a second. I'll get this done first. So I've saved myself a nice big chunk of that. And then this can be the last one. And I'm such a clean and simple crafter. I've taken nearly an hour to create something really simple. But honestly, I just love doing the clean style. And then I'll find some little sequins in just a sec as well, because I think they're in that bag that I had. I don't know, that's got a little mark on that bit, so let's pop that over here. And then you see the lovely big white outline. Keep yourself a nice big white frame and it frames your artwork. Pop that there. There we are, I can see. And always, little tip, always have a bigger gap bottom than you do at the top, always. And then we'll hang that from there. Look at that. Oh, let's have a look. So hopefully you all liked and shared the post, because we will do a giveaway, even though it's a Monday. Always do a giveaway. And then we'll pop that like so. These kits, I just love these elements from these kits. So you could put a little string down there if you wanted to. And then let's bring in, we've got some glue. Let me, oh look, do you know what that noise is? I keep running over the packaging for my mat. Let me move that out of the way. Might stop the noise. There we go. And let's bring the bag back in and see, where did I put my, oh, I put them somewhere safe as well, haven't I? Oh no, I haven't. I found them. Well, I suppose they are safe if I know where they are. So let's bring in some sequins, and I literally want 3 sequins. 1, 2, and I want white. I don't want any other colour, just want these colours. My favouriteest colours in the world. And let's bring my pokey tool in, only because my Ultimate's on the floor. And then we will 3 random ones. So I want to go, I'll keep this white space. We're going to go 1 here. I'm going to go 1 here. And then we'll go, actually 1 in there. So very random. And then pick that up, pop that down like so, pick that one up, straighten that out a little bit. And if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of glitter to that. I think I've got my, let me have a look, see if I've got my shimmery pen. My clear one. Yeah, I've got my clear twinkle of sprinkle, sprinkle of twinkle, whatever you call it. Let me get a piece of card. And let's make sure it's all coming out nicely. Oh, there we go. See that? That's in this. And so now it's going to give us a beautiful little shine on our flowers. So just a tiniest bit. Actually, we'll just do it on the berries, I think. You might not see this, but when it dries, it will dry beautifully. A little bit on those berries. See what I mean? I was underneath. I was going to have this artwork kind of off that corner as well, but I picked the wrong card, picked the wrong size. But hey ho, we can do that another time. And there we go. I think I've covered all of those little ones. Put that like so. And then which kit did your sentiment set come from? Oh, Christina, I will show you in just a second. So now, if I bring that up, I don't think you can see the shine, but there we are. So that is my take on my 3D embossing folders with layering stencils and dies. Just something a little bit different, really clean. So if you're batch making your cards, you can absolutely do that. Absolutely, you know, create a ton of these. You don't have to use a load of colours. I've literally used 3 brushes and 3 inks overnight. That's all I've done. And I've used simply my embossing folders, layering stencils, and one of my sentiments. Okay. You need to show us. I do need to show you on Friday to see if you can see that shine on Friday, but it is. I think you might see it down here on the berries. Yeah, you can see it a little bit now it's drying on those berries at the bottom. So that's that. So Jodie, was it Jodie who asked? I think it was Jodie who asked. The sentiments come from this kit, which is the Christmas kit. It isn't available internationally, but you can order it from us. It's the Christmas is Coming kit. Okay, it is on the website. I love those colours. Really, really like them. So the ink pads we use, just so you can see, it is the, where did I put them? This side. I use the Dolphin Grey. I use the Straw Hat. And I use the Dusky Rose, just the 3 colours. So I haven't used hardly any product at all. I really, really haven't. It's one of those that I think you're going to need a lot to do it, or you feel like you need to always do it in bright green and bright red, but I just don't think you do. You genuinely don't. So let me turn you back, if you can see me. So my lighting is a bit warmer up here. I always keep it nice and cool on the desk so you can see real true colors, but here it's a little bit softer up here. So welcome back. So let's have a quick look. So do you like me doing a little bit more demo time? If you do, we will make time to do it on a day when somebody else isn't demoing. We have Claire on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Dawn on Thursdays and Mondays. I'm on a Friday, but we have to do lots of other stuff. So if you fancy maybe a Wednesday, maybe we could do like a work desk Wednesday kind of thing. Whatever I've got on my desk, we're going to craft with. I think we could spend a bit more time, but it probably will be in the day. Do you think you could use it on other? Yeah, absolutely. You could do exactly the same off the card, off the edge, or even do the whole thing and then just trim the edge of the card off if you want to. But I would like to do it. But is the time okay for you all? I'm very aware of the time differences in Canada, America, Australia. I don't want to do it too early where everybody else is not up and not able to see it. Good morning from Cheyenne in Wyoming, USA. Are you planning on coming to the Scrapbook Expo in the USA? No, however, I am coming to the USA next year. I am. And also I am also involved in a couple of the summits that are going on. There's one this year I'm doing, and there's one next year I'm doing. So hopefully you'll see me more in the USA. Not sure where the rest of the world. I'm 5 hours behind. When am I coming to Australia? Jodie, when you get that bed ready. When, where? I can't say about it at the moment. I think I'm going to be in New Orleans and Florida from what I know, but I will keep you informed of everything. So yeah, so I think what we might do is let's try and sort it out. It won't be every week, simply because I'm away for TV quite often, but it would be lovely to be able to come back and do some more demo time with you all. Okay, we'll do that. You can carry my bags. Yes, you can, Tracy. Okay. Right, we've got some winners to do, haven't we? We've got some giveaway to do. Let's have a look. So thank you so much. There was 265 of you here. Now that's really nice, considering I don't do a Monday. I don't do during the day normally, but it was lovely to have your company today. And I don't know if the lady's here. I don't know if she watches the lives, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. So this morning, I'm not going to say what it is, but we had the most wonderful parcel arrive from one of our customers. I don't know who you are because you didn't put your name down. You didn't say who you are. And I think you probably want to remain anonymous. But if you are here, I just want to say thank you so much. So much. It was such a very, very kind thing to do. And it is hugely appreciated. And it looks gorgeous. So thank you very, very much. Got to get the Christmas brush. Christmas is coming, and the brushes. Honestly, Christmas is coming is a great set. Yeah, that's it, I think. So let's do the giveaways. Let's do the giveaways. For watching us on YouTube, for commenting on YouTube last Friday, Jill Till, congratulations, you are a winner. Please contact Dawn for me. And liking and sharing today is Stacey Jackson. I'm just reading Dawn's message. No, you're not. So yeah, so congratulations, both of you. What I'm going to ask you to do, which I don't normally do, I normally do this on a Friday. I normally ask you to go and look at a video that's already on our YouTube channel and make a comment, and then we will give a prize away the following week. But if you go and watch a video, if you've been lucky enough to watch this video or watch this live, and you go and comment on what I'm asking you to comment on, then Friday you're going to be in with a chance of winning a prize. So I did a video. It's only a 7-minute video, and it's on my re-inkers. It's the second video on. It's called re-inkers and embossing folders. If you go and watch that, make a comment on it, and one of you who comments on it and likes it, dislikes it, whatever you choose to do, will be in with a chance of winning a prize on Friday. The prize is very good, very nice, but I won't tell you what it is. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Final thing to tell you is the re-inkers, the interference inks. I think you remember me telling you that there was some of the colours that had the lids transposed when they were created in the factory. So instead of being yellow and green, they come out green and yellow. So when you looked at your ink pad, you thought it was going to be green, and you opened the ink pad and it was yellow. So the colours have got transposed. So what we did when we did the Crate and Craft shows, we added in the additional labels for you. So if you've got a Ripe Mango label, just put it on the Ripe Mango label that's already there. Just got to swap them over. That's all you got to do. So it's just a replacement label. That's all it is. Okay. So thank you very much, everybody. I will see you again on Friday. Product preview. Satin card, 13th of October. Matte, 13th of October. And I'll talk to you about the inks on what we decide to do. So see you all. Have a great week. And I am off to Morrison's. See you later. Bye.